Speaking of jobless claims, this one is for all of those unemployed millennials out there. Traditional sports like football and baseball are about to get some new competition from professional video gamers. Massive video game tournaments are rising in popularity, drawing thousands of spectators just to watch live gameplay. Joining us right now is the Washington Wizards owner, Ted Leonsis. He is also the CEO of Monumental Sports and Entertainment. Sir, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Great panel and lots of energy this morning.
Yeah, lots of energy. And in particular, we're seeing real changes in the sports world. So it continues to see where people are allocating money and the premiums for sports. Why is this so popular, and how come it just draws the incredible crowds that it does?
Well, I think it's not a surprise that young people living their life on the net, they're consuming data, and nothing generates data and more interactivity than live sports. And so sports has really become a very, very valuable media property. But what we're starting to see is that young people not only want all of the stats and the data, but they want to get involved. And so this new e-gaming phenomenon, I think we're just at the tip of that iceberg. And we see Madison Square Garden hosting the Knicks and the Rangers, Verizon Center doing the Caps and the Wizards. And one day we're going to see pro leagues, and maybe we'll own the teams and manage them within our buildings.
That's so. What do you need to do? Is the focus getting people in the seats, in the stands, or do you want to encourage this interactive gameplay where you are watching it at home? Because for a long time, the owners really just wanted more fans in the stadiums. But now people have the setups at home. They don't want to go to the stadiums.
Well, this is such an interesting business because having grown up in the tech industry, it's become really like a software for service business. We have unique reoccurring revenues. We have 20-year naming rights deals and 20-year media deals, and our suites get sold for 5 years, and naming rights are for 20 years. A very predictable kind of business. And so we're less and less reliant on singular game revenues from tickets. And now we're looking at ways that we can become more e-commerce-like platforms. You look at the central role we play in a city, bringing in literally millions and millions of people. They come into the arena. Well, for instance, we're the #1 dropped off and picked up Uber destination.
Yeah, I believe it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
How do you go from monetizing everything that you've monetized to the DraftKings of the world and this whole participation, whether you call it online gambling or not, where really you are the content? They're using your content on their platform.
Well, I think it's just a matter of time before the federal government and state and local say it's time for us to get serious about gaming and gaming revenues. Just look at the NFL. It's about $8 billion that gets bet in Las Vegas.
Yeah, annually.
And Tony Soprano gets $80 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we all need to look at how we generate revenues for states, for local communities. And I do think that gaming will start to come in. And this little loophole around fantasy, this draft ops, DraftKings kind of phenomenon, I think is a good sign. It shows that there's consumer and social adoption for people to really be wise and traders. And soon we'll have morning shows with somebody who's just talking about fantasy trading and the importance of
we
data.
talk more about it every single day because the participation in this country is massive. But isn't it a growth industry to get all the people that gamble illegally to actually gamble legally?
Yes, very, very much so. And I think it'll generate great tax revenue.
Assuming people don't skim the game. There's an easy ways to spoof gambling online, so you have to be careful. They can cheat at playing bridge. They can cheat at
Yeah, that's true. And